Hello friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Holly. I love to crochet and make plushies. If you're returning, thank you so much for being here and watching my videos. If you're new, welcome. I talk about crochet, my crochet business. I also have tips and tutorials, and you can definitely see me on Instagram. That's where I post the most and I'm very active, but I'm planning to post more videos for YouTube, so stay tuned and definitely subscribe for some tips, tutorials, and monthly recaps on my business. It's currently March of 2024, and I want to do a recap of how February of 2024 went, which is officially the second month of my crochet business. I started in January of 2024. If you want to see the first video of that monthly recap, I'll put it in the link in the description box below. So let's go ahead and dive into the second month, how my social media has been growing or not growing, how Etsy is going, have I made any money? Let's get down into it. I have my tablet here to keep my notes on, so don't mind me using this throughout the video so that I can make sure and not miss anything. So let's recap how January ended. I ended my last video with 14 TikTok followers, 45 YouTube subscribers, and I had 845 Instagram followers. I'm gonna go through each week and kind of discuss what happened each week. So there's kind of 4 main weeks. So the first week I still continued to grow. I had 967 followers at the end of the week. Not much really happened that week, except that I did add a Facebook page for my business, and I am still super not sure how to really work that page. I was kind of thinking maybe I could do Marketplace and sell my items through Marketplace from that, but it's completely separate. I did create a separate account, but I'm confused. I can't sell on Marketplace with my separate Holly B Crochet account. So we're gonna figure that out, maybe eventually or not right now. So that Facebook page on the first week it was created. Let's just say that. It was linked to my Instagram, so anything from Instagram will also be posted to that Facebook page, and hopefully I can grow another type of following on that page. Then we move into the next week. So the next week I grew a good amount. I went to 1,300 followers, so I grew a little bit more than 300 followers on Instagram, which I felt was really good. And I started to feel like, is it possible to get 2,000 followers for this month? That was kind of my goal. So a few things that happened this week. I have one reel on my Instagram account that has really continued to just grow and grow and grow, and that was happening this week. It was 10 free patterns that I really enjoy and love, and I thought other people would love, so I put 10 free patterns together, created a reel with it, and it has just continued to grow. And that week it had finally hit 100,000 views, where in my last video I think I was at 70,000. I thought that was crazy. I thought 70,000 views was so crazy, and it hit 100,000. But I will say the amount of times people had been viewing it was decreasing. I was getting so many notifications of people seeing that reel and liking it, and then followers from that reel, but it just kind of was slowing down. It wasn't being pushed by Instagram as much. But it was really exciting that I got 100,000 views from that reel. So that was a big milestone in my mind. So something else that I noticed this week with my bee pattern, right before February, I had posted a free bee pattern. It was my first pattern I had made and released out into the wild. And it's like a pink bee with a heart-shaped wing, so it's for Valentine's Day to kind of show love, or something you can give to someone for a class. That had gotten 500 saves this second week of February, so I think it had been about 10 days. I mean, it hadn't even been 2 weeks where I had gotten 500 saves for that, and I thought that was incredible. I really didn't think many people would notice it. And I made a reel for it thinking, oh, the reel will get more traction. But this post, so many people were saving the post because it has free content on it, free pattern on it, that it just kept getting saves. And it made me realize posts are great too. Photos are great too on Instagram if it's of value to people. So I was getting a lot of saves. At that point I had 222 likes for that post, which was definitely my most liked post at the time compared to reels. I mean, reels I get a lot of likes, but This one was just a picture. I don't do those as much because I just feel like it gets lost, but this one was doing really well, and it was exciting to see that. One of the things that happened this second week of February is I posted a reel of a toothless dragon that I had made. I had already made a post with it, and it didn't get very many views. I think it got like 600 views, but then I reposted it again. I made a new reel, and it had a trending audio that was like, I can't believe I made this. I can't believe I made this. And it blew up. Like, I thought it would get another 500 views. I didn't think it would get much, but I think it ended like in the next few days, it got up to like 10,000 views. So that was really exciting. You know, it just tells you that you don't know how things are going to be perceived. I really didn't think it would be a big one, but people loved it. I mean, I was really proud of it, so I wanted to share it again, and other people wanted to see it, apparently. So never question if a reel is going to be that great or not, because I post reels that I think aren't going to get a lot of views, and they get a lot of views, and then I post other reels and I'm like, this is going to be a really good reel, and then it's like, didn't get much. And by the end of this second week of February, my heartbeat had 1,000 saves. I was so happy to see this. 1,000 saves? That's crazy. So on February 12th, about my third week into February, I got someone telling me that they made my heartbeat, and they mentioned me, and I was so amazing to see someone else make something I created as a pattern, and that it looked beautiful, and that someone thought it was worth their time to make. So that was amazing. I really was like, this is amazing to like make a pattern and see what others make with it. So that was just like a new experience for me. At this point, so I ended the second week at 1,300 followers, and into the third week, that's where we're at. And I just continued, so into the third week, you know, 1,300 followers is where I was starting with, and I just continued to post. Nothing really big happened into the third week, except I did notice, this is actually when I noticed my account reach had kind of maxed out at 200,000. You can see on Instagram how many different accounts you're reaching out to in the past 30 days. And at this point, it just kind of felt like I had stagnant account reach, and 200,000 was like my max, and it just started going down. So I made note of that. I thought that was interesting, but I continued to post reels. I tried to post 5 times a week. I'm still trying to figure out like when is the best time to add a photo. Should I do it on a day when I don't have a reel? Should I do it on a day I do have a reel? Do I want to do a reel of that and then a photo next? Like, I'm just trying to figure that out still. But I'm posting 5 times a week with my reels. In January, for about 2 weeks, I was posting every single day, and then it just got too much. So I did dial that down, and I mean, I guess I can kind of tell that that's happening because I'm not reaching as many people, but I'm still seeing growth slowly but surely, because by the end of my third week, I was at 1,534 Instagram followers. So I was growing, but it was slow. And at this point, I was like, I don't know if I can reach 2,000 followers. You know, this is around February 18th, I'm hitting that. And so there's about 10 more days left in February, actually 11 because it's a leap year. So I was just like hopeful that I could reach 2,000, but I didn't know if that would actually happen. At the start of the fourth week, February 19th, I opened up my Etsy shop and I added items into it. I had a couple plushies that were just kind of laying around. I had like my mama made mini snugglers that I had made. So I posted those, just a few of them, onto Etsy just to see what kind of traction I would get, what kind of, you know, if people actually wanted to buy them. I wanted to get an understanding of that. So that was exciting to start the week off with that. And I could also see how many people were viewing my Etsy page. And I saw people reviewing my Etsy page prior to me adding items. So I just thought, well, I should add items to see if anyone's actually going to buy these. But obviously pricing is an issue. And also I'm not really sure if the people going to my Etsy page were creators or if they were customers. If they're creators, then they're probably looking for patterns. If they're customers, then they might be wanting to buy from me. But I just wasn't sure who was going to my page and what for. So I'm into the fourth week. I added my Etsy items and I'm around 1,500 followers, almost 1,600 followers, and I just need 400 more to get to 2,000. So I'm just posting every day, right? I'm posting the different things that I'm making. and I decided to release another free bee pattern, and this time I called it my Lucky Bee. It had a 4-leaf clover wing and it was a green bee, but like obviously you can change the colors, and that was kind of my idea, is that you could change the colors of the bee to whoever you want to give it to. So like, for example, if you know someone who's going through breast cancer treatment or has breast cancer, you could give them like a pink bee and put a 4-leaf clover on it just to have like this little extra luck, and it could be like a little cute keychain. And it was super special to me because I know people in my life who are dealing with cancer, who have dealt with cancer, and it's just so hard watching them and being kind of this bystander and just wanting to help them. So I felt like creating a crocheted item like that, a quick little pattern for other people, maybe they would like that as well. But I was really nervous, and I was just like, is this perfect? Is this ready to go out? Will people like this? And I got so much love on that bee pattern. So many people were mentioning it in their stories, were sharing it to other people, and it made me feel so good. So I was really excited that people had really liked that bee pattern. And that was towards the end of the week. I had posted that Lucky Bee pattern. So I just kind of was watching over the weekend how people would take it, and it was just amazing. I don't usually post on the weekend, so I was just kind of watching people liking it and enjoying it and sharing it, which was awesome. By the end of that week, I had reached 1,829 followers on Instagram. I was getting close to 2,000. I was really hopeful, could I get there? But it was exciting to get to that point. About 4 days after I had posted my Lucky Bee pattern, it already had 1,000 saves, which was way faster than my bee with the heart on it. So that was really exciting. Again, I just felt so much love and support on that pattern, and it felt really good. So going into that like 5th week of February, this is the last final days of February. So officially on February 26th, that was the Monday of that final week. So I had like 4 days left to hit 2,000 followers, and I was at 1,829. And so I was just like hoping, can I reach it? But even if I didn't reach it, I was really proud of myself because I had already doubled my amount of followers from the previous month. So I was really proud of that. So February 29th comes along, and I'm not quite at 2,000 followers. On the day before February 29th, I was at 1,965 followers, and I felt pretty confident that I could get to 2,000 followers the next day, and I did. I reached it. I reached 2,010 followers on February 29th. Thank you, Leap Day, for happening this year and allowing me to reach my goal. So I was really proud of myself. I did more than doubling the amount of followers I had from the previous month, so I was really proud of that. I forgot to mention this, but on this 3rd week of February, I also hit 100 subscribers on YouTube, so that was exciting. Honestly, I don't do a lot on YouTube. I add shorts from my Instagram reels onto YouTube, so that's really how most people are finding me, and I gain traction through that. And for the end of the month, I got to 150 YouTube subscribers, and my TikTok started gaining traction. I only started with 14 followers on TikTok, and now I'm at 72 followers on TikTok for the end of February. So I was happy to see that growth, but again, all I'm doing is just doing whatever from Instagram I'm putting on TikTok and on YouTube Shorts just to see what happens. But I don't get very many views through either of them, really. On YouTube Shorts, I have a few that have hit like 5,000 views, but I also have some that have hit like 100 views. So it's a big hit or miss for me on that platform. But right now, it's just the easiest thing for me to make short form content for Instagram and to add it to YouTube and TikTok. And that's what I do. So as far as Etsy goes, I didn't make any money. No one ordered any of my items, and that's okay with me. It's something I was playing around with and trying out. I had 2 custom orders that I completed, and I got money for that. But like, as far as like how much am I profiting, I didn't profit any money. I spent way more money than I made. So I'm still investing in this business, and I'm definitely in a different mindset than many other people out there who are probably starting their crochet business. Right now, my mindset is to gain followers, to gain traction of people seeing my content, and then hopefully to make patterns and sell those on Etsy. That's kind of my goal. And I am not in the mindset of making items for a market. I'm not going to do markets. I need to focus more solely on the online platform, just because my family situation, it wouldn't work well for me to do markets. It wouldn't work well to take up my husband's time to help me set up a market on the weekend. I've got 3 young kids. That would be a lot of work for someone to watch them all day. And so I'm hopeful to create more of a passive income side of a business, but also enjoy crocheting and sharing that on social media. So if you want to continue to see my monthly recap videos, make sure to subscribe, and I will definitely be posting one next month, and you can see what happens. Will I be gaining followers, losing followers? Follow along and find out.